Iran's 180 ballistic missile-powered attack on Israel on 1st October has taken the tension in West Asia to another level. While Iran claims that 90% of these missiles reached their target, Israel says that most were intercepted and there was only one fatality. And exactly these two things are the strongest in both the countries' arsenal. Iran has a huge missile arsenal and Israel's defense system is among the best, if not the best, in the world. While Iran says the Tuesday attack was a retaliation to Israel's elimination of top Hezbollah and Hamas leaders, the ground invasion of Lebanon, and their counter-attacks on the Houthis, everyone is now waiting for Israel to retaliate, which both Israel and US have pretty much warned against.
The Iranian regime will be held responsible for its actions, and we strongly warn against Iran or its proxies taking actions against the United States or for their actions against Israel.
Not that Iran wants to be seen as weak either. They have warned of crushing attacks to any response from Israel or its allies.
Unwavering support provided by the United States, United Kingdom, and certain Western states to Israel has given a carte blanche to this aggressive terrorist regime for all sorts of sinister behavior.
But even as information flies around about what Israel's next move will be, whether it's targeting military bases, trying to cripple their economy, or what many are talking about, targeting Iran's nuclear bases, let's take a look at how strong really are the two countries and how far can they afford to take this conflict before it becomes a full-fledged war. First off, important points to keep in mind. One, that Iran may not be able to really compete directly with Israel in a military face-off. Though according to the Global Firepower Index, Iran has a greater manpower and greater number of military troops on ground, and they have far more land forces in terms of armored vehicles and tanks and other things. But Israel has greater air power and much more modern resources. They have more and much better fighter aircraft, special mission aircraft, aerial tankers, and attack helicopters. Also, Iran's air force is old and decrepit. Its air defenses are porous and it has had to contend with years of Western sanctions. Not to forget, the IDF or Israeli Defense Force is aided by US satellite intelligence and the much famed Mossad, which is Israel's overseas spy agency who have agents on ground in Iran. Most importantly, Israel's defenses are unmatched. They have a multi-tiered defense system which includes the Iron Dome, David Sling, the Arrow, and the Patriot, all of which are designed to intercept and destroy both short and long-range missiles. This is how they've been deflecting attacks from the axis of resistance so far. Also, as compared to in April when Israel's allies were warning them against a hard retaliation, this time even allies like US have vowed revenge on Iran. US as well as other countries like Jordan have helped Israel intercept the volleys of missiles from Iran during the Tuesday attack as well. The US, which is arguably the most powerful country, is of course going to keep helping them. However, the other side to keep in mind is the fact that Iran has an enormous quantity of ballistic and other missiles as well as explosive-laden drones. Also, while neither country has too much naval presence, Iran does have large flotillas of small and fast missile attack boats for swarm attacks in the Gulf. If they sow mines in the Strait of Hormuz, they could interrupt the flow of up to 20% of the world's daily oil exports. Iran's biggest strength is actually their complex military apparatus. They arm, train, and support proxy militias across West Asia, which are collectively called the Axis of Resistance. Lebanon's Hezbollah, Houthis in Yemen, and militias like Hamas in Syria and Palestine are all a part of this. These groups give Iran the strategic regional influence and access which insulates their leadership from taking accountability of their actions. They are clearly important for Iran, which is why Israel has been so focused on breaking their might. As per a New York Times report, this is precisely why US and Israel have avoided direct military strikes on Iran for all these decades. According to experts, it's not that US and Israel can't win a war against Iran and the Axis of Resistance, but it's that they know that a war against them won't be a walkover, it'll be a serious one. So these are things that Tel Aviv and Washington will be considering before they plan whatever retaliation against Iran's Tuesday attacks. Right now, even as Israel plans its next move, Iran seems to be waiting, watching, and threatening. Hope you found this video useful. For more such content, keep watching Mint.